Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Boss Babe Blog Show. I am your host, KeTohn, and CEO of BossBabeBlog.com, and I'm excited to be sharing the perfect spa day. So this is episode 2 of the Boss Babe Blog Show. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you love everything about small businesses. So today we are going to the Skin Sanctuary Studio. You get to see my perfect spa day, and I'm giving out free facials to 60 people that are watching this episode. So all you need to do is use the information listed below this video to redeem your free facial in Plano, Texas, the DFW area, at the Skin Sanctuary Studio. Thank you so much for watching, and please enjoy, and I hope that you get an opportunity to experience the luxury spa. Okay, everyone, I'm here to see Nam at Skin Sanctuary Studio. So this is her suite. It's suite 246. And it says Skin Sanctuary Studio, facials and body waxing. Her information is there to contact her as well. So I'm going to go ahead and knock. Hello. Come on in. Thank you. Where can I sit my handbag?
Oh, you can put it anywhere. Yeah.
Okay. So, Nam.
So cute.
Thank you. I decided to wear my Boss Babe blog dress, and I like your top 2 representing small business owners.
Yes.
So, can you please tell me what all I'm going to be doing today?
Okay, so I booked you the microdermabrasion with the ultrasound plate, which is we're gonna deep clean with this one, and then we will infuse serum or do a little lifting at the end with a mask. Okay, since this is your first facial in a long time, it's good to just get the good exfoliation going with the microdermabrasion. Is one of the popular treatment.
Yes.
And I can control to be a little gentle, using a little light suction, things like that. So then, even though with your sensitive skin, it's not gonna be too harsh. And then I can use the ingredient and some masks and things like that to kind of customize and to whatever that I need or whatever your skin needs.
Okay, great. And then just to make sure, can you say the name for it?
So this one is an ultrasonic blade. So it's using ultrasonic. Okay, so it's safe for pregnancy as well because use ultrasound. It's not electrical modality.
Okay.
So then it use a little pulsing or like use a little oscillation, like it's have a little shaking vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Doing so when you do like some mode of the purifying, it will kind of loosen up dirt and debris and things from your follicle to kind of help come out to the surface easily.
Mm-hmm.
When we use a little opposite polarity, it will kind of help go into your skin and kind of break your skin, loosen up to create a pathway for the serum to go in deeper.
Okay.
So then all the ingredients can really go in, dive in, penetrate into your skin better.
Okay, so this is the one that we talked about on our previous podcast.
Yes.
So for anyone who watched our podcast, Nam actually gave us 3 non-invasive.
Yeah.
I was struggling with invasive.
Yeah.
But non-invasive treatments that you can do to help with the anti-aging process.
Yeah.
So this was one of them that we discussed. And she
Yeah.
was using it on my face.
Yes. So the microcurrent is the one we're talking about, and I mentioned this guy that it do similar thing with the ultrasonic blade, which is this unit have a little bit of microcurrent mixed in, and also the EMS. So that's why when you do the lifting, it can kind of help with that as well, but it helps with the product penetration. Yes.
Okay, good.
Good memory.
Hey, thank you. I enjoyed the podcast. We got a lot of great feedback, so that's why I wanted to bring it up. So just do a quick little tour of the room, just a little shot, just so I can see, how relaxing it's gonna be for me. So she has her essential oils, some candles, my fancy scalp,
the
my
spa
spa
bag.
gown. Yes, I cannot wait.
And I also have the I turned the table warmer on too. So today is a little chilly.
Table warmer.
So inside, if you touch, it's warm. I don't know if it's too warm for you. It will be cool.
No, that's perfect.
Oh my god!
I think I'm just gonna stay here, guys. We're not going back home.
Yeah. Everybody I always like, okay, you are all set and you ready to go.
And I was like, we have other clients coming in. No, but I love it. Okay, so we have the table warmer. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to get changed and start the actual treatment. And in the process of that, I will be videotaping so that everyone can kind of see a little bit of the experience that I'm gonna receive here with Nam. So that is all that we need, and you guys can watch my treatment. Thank you. Bye. See you soon. Okay, first of all, Nam is the comfort queen. So let's start there before we talk about anything else here. Let's just talk about how she put that nice comfy pillow underneath my legs. She had the blankets nice and warm. The bed was preheated. Oh my God. It was amazing. And then she got straight into it. Like she just hit me with the relaxation. So I got a facial massage. She's using warm towels just to help me with relaxing and also softening my skin. Then she put these cooling eye pads on so that it would block the light from, hitting my face so that I could continue to relax. And those cooling pads also help with reducing puffiness in the eyes, which I absolutely need because if you're like me and you're working hard all the time, sometimes you get a little bit of puffy eyes underneath. It happens. So, Nam is going to take care of you and she's going to make sure that she's intentionally assisting you while you relax. So in this portion, she's helping me with getting rid of some of those dry skin cells, those dead skin cells that were sitting. And she walks me through the entire process so that I feel comfortable while also showing me, she asked me if I wanted to see what it looked like towards the end and how much dirt she was able to clean up. And so it was really cool to watch it, to see it, and also to be explained to the process from start to finish. So if you are one of those people that ask questions and you want to feel comfortable, just know that Nam welcomes that and she's more than happy to explain the process so that you feel relaxed and you know that you're being taken care of. So the serum she was using on my face, oh my goodness, it was heavenly. It was like a cucumber melon kind of scent, and it wasn't too strong. It wasn't too sweet. It was nice and gentle and just refreshing. That's the best way I can put it. And I absolutely loved it. So I will be back for many reasons. And I absolutely love the scent. I didn't mention the aromatherapy. The aromatherapy was bomb. And this tool that she's using right now on my face is actually helping to make sure that the serum is penetrated into my pores. So she used it in the beginning, if you rewind back, and she's using it now. In the beginning, she pushed downward to make sure she was taking the dirt out of my skin, and towards the end, she was going upward to make sure the serum was going into my skin after my pores had been cleansed. And now I'm getting a nice relaxing massage, and she's just really checking to see what parts of my shoulders and neck I'm comfortable with, and it was amazing. So I just have to say shout out for this amazing experience. I thought about showing the entire hour, but then we'd be here all day and night sharing my amazing perfect spa day. But I know that you can go to Nam and she will take care of you and give you the same experience, but it will be much more slowed down and relaxed, and most importantly, it will be for you. So I hope you enjoyed this, and please go shop with Skin Sanctuary Studio as soon as you can. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Boss Babe Blog Podcast. I'm your host, KeTohn, and today we're going to be introducing Nam, who is a licensed esthetician based out of Texas. Thank you so much for joining.
Yes, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you.
So excited.
I'm glad to have you. So today we are talking about Nam's 3 anti-aging secrets. She is talking about 3 incredible, non-invasive anti-aging skin treatments coming straight from the Skin Sanctuary Studio. So Nam, with that being said, I'm really excited. But before we get started, we want to say thank you to everyone who's watching by providing a free 10-minute facial. So if you are in Texas or you're traveling to Texas, she has a location, again, based in Plano, and you're going to receive a free 10-minute facial. And here's how you're going to redeem it. This is a secret code that is only available for everyone that is watching this podcast or listening to it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to her booking site. You're going to click on her services, and you're going to look underneath consultation. Then you're going to click on the 10-minute facial, and it's going to say 10-minute facial MBC/BBB Client Only. You're going to hit book now, pick the time that you want to book, create your login, and then it's going to ask you for your card information to hold your slot for the cancellation policy. But if you know that you're going to be able to attend, you don't need to worry about it. They're just holding your card. And after you receive your service, you're going to tell her the secret code. It is BBB. She said secret code. It is BBB. So you're going to tell her my secret code is BBB so that I can get this service for free. And once you tell her that, it's going to be $0 for this 10-minute facial. So I just want to say thank you so much for providing that.
Yes, you're welcome.
And you said you're only providing it for the first 60 people to take advantage.
Yes.
Okay. So make sure you guys get that, take advantage, and tell her secret code BBB when you get to checkout after you received your services.
Yes.
So today we have a few different topics we're talking about. Now, I'm really excited and interested to learn. So you said the first, just a refresher for everyone, is 3 incredible non-invasive anti-aging and holistic skincare treatments. So the first one you said is customized facial.
Yes. So I just want to say like all these 3 secrets I provide in my studio. And the first one, customized facial, is, whoever come in, I customize to see whatever their skin need. If they need more for anti-aging and stuff, then I will pick and choose, the ingredients, the products and things that I think will be really good for that specific skin, which is I have some favorite ingredients that a lot of people like talk about it. For example, glycolic acid is really good one. It's one of the smallest molecule from the AHA alpha hydroxy acid to help exfoliate the skin chemically.
Okay.
It help boost the collagen production, help with the fine line brightening your skin. The second one is going to be retinol product. Okay. Or you can use the beta form, which is smaller molecule called retinoid, which is you probably hear a lot from, prescription that call retin-A or tretinoin from the dermatologist office. Okay, so this will be a good ingredient to kind of do the same thing with the glycolic. It will help exfoliate your skin, tighten your pores, help with the brightening, help create collagen production, things like that.
That's a big one.
Uh-huh.
Everyone's asking about collagen production.
Collagen production. Okay, this is the big one in the anti-aging process because we need that to kind of help boost, and help smooth fine line, get the new healthy skin cell. And the third ingredients I really love, it just, it's good, it's versatile, it's good for a lot of things, which is vitamin C. It's really good because it have a lot of property. It can brighten the skin, antioxidant. It's also, help with the repairing process. When you use it in the morning to pair with sun protection, it helps boost efficacy of the sun protection. And last but not least, I treat a lot of clients skin of color, and I'm Asian myself, I'm Thai. Okay, so we produce a lot of color and stuff. So with the skin of color, you have to be careful about providing something really aggressive because you can have drawback. And when the skin go through so much of the trauma, the skin can create a lot of pigmentation and stuff. And then that's what you don't want. Okay. So with the last property of the vitamin C is really good. It's called tyrosinase inhibitor because it helps suppress the tyrosine enzyme that trigger the enzyme called melanocyte, which is the enzyme that producing melanin, the color. So when it go to trauma, you do something aggressive, you go out, the heat and everything,
and you create those spots.
Yes, the sunspot. Okay. So it's not just because I'm like, I use sun protection. Why I still get dark spot and stuff? Okay, first of all, the quality of the sun protection that you use, is it really good at protecting your skin from the UVA, UVB, and also the blue light as well, because we exposed to a lot of blue light that people who have melasma get triggered by. We don't know with the LED, TV, phone, and things that we use. Okay, so first of all, the quality of the sun protection, and then you go out. It's not just the sun, the rays, right? It's just the heat and thing that trigger and traumatize the skin. Whatever the skin go through trauma, it freak out. It try to produce a lot of color. And that's what we don't want. So when we use something like this into, our routine or in the treatment, it will help to
with the hyperpigmentation and stuff.
It will keep the result is more predictable. It's more safer. It just comes down.
Predict that it's most likely going to help with the skin versus creating spots. I'm glad you mentioned that because I think that when someone has so when you have melanated skin, sometimes you try different skincare products that maybe you think would work well with
Yeah.
you, and then you start to see those spots, and you're wondering like, what is this?
What is going on?
There's so many different skin conditions, so you really don't know why.
You don't know.
But I've had a few people that have tried skincare products, and then it's given them spots on their face. So you have brown skin, for example, but then you have spots that are lighter now.
Yeah.
And it's not evened out, the pigmentation.
Right. And that called hypopigmentation, which is kind of same process as well. When the skin go through trauma, it can either lighten up or darken up. If it darken up, it's hyper, it's overproducing of the color. If it's hypo, mean it's lacking, it start losing the color. So with the knowledge,
hypopigmentation. So hypopigmentation
is losing the color.
Hyperpigmentation,
overproducing. Yeah. So sunspot, dark spot. Now you know hyper and hypo.
Wow.
Okay.
I knew about hyper. I did not know
about hypo. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's the same thing with hyperthyroid and hypothyroid. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Okay. So sometimes client and stuff that you have a basic knowledge of the skincare, but you don't have a deep knowledge and true knowledge. So when people come to me, then I will educate them and tell them all about this, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know all about it. Thank you so much. So now I understand more what's going on and everything. And when people truly know their craft and know what they're doing, then when they coming and like when you provide facial to the client, you can actually provide with whatever reason. You just don't want to do what you want to. Yeah, you personalize. You don't want a cookie cutter and they said using this is good, and then after that, if it doesn't turn out good, you don't know why, right? Yeah. But when you have the knowledge and you truly know what you're doing
and what you're using,
on what you're using,
tracking those ingredients,
right, and how effective of the ingredient in the formula, it come down into the formula and stuff too. For example, we talking about the vitamin C, and people like see advertising, vitamin C. But vitamin C have a different form, different name and things like that, right? Yeah. The more purest form,
ascorbic acid.
Yeah, the more purest form is L-ascorbic acid. And then once again, with the L-ascorbic acid, if you know how it works, right, it destroyed by light, by heat and stuff. So the way of delivering system, the way it make the formula productive is delivery system. How you can get that thing without being destroyed and go into the skin in the layer that it need to be, right? And also it's have low pH. Low pH means it's really acidic. Our skin's supposed to be 4.5 and 5.5 or almost 6, When it's past 7, it's a little more alkaline, which is, inside our body, like blood and stuff, is a little more alkaline. Yeah. Okay. So our skin is a little acidic, but then those vitamin C pH is really low, which is people who have sensitive skin or like a barrier that's not super healthy, when they use something like that, it could irritate the skin. But once again, I'm like, this is stinging me.
That's not advertised.
It's stinking and stuff, but they don't know why. But then come into a professional that I will explain, like, what are you using? Or let me explain to you why. Yeah. So, and some of the formula, even though they use the purest form, but they can make it into
it's gentle.
It's gentle that you don't feel stinging and stuff. It's just the way of how they formulate and stuff. That when come down to why you choose the product and know how to choose the product and which one to use and all the stuff. And and people who don't have a deep knowledge about skincare, sometimes they don't know. I just want to try an area, whatever advice to me. Yeah. And I would just try this, try that, try.
And another thing too is like they forget that less is more. But what you get advertised to you is like, 100% vitamin C. And you're like, wait, your face is gonna burn off.
Yes.
Like, that's way too much for you. But because it's advertised as vitamin C does this and that for you. Yes. You get excited. Yes. And then you go try it, and then you're irritated with your skin. Yes. I've experienced that. Like I've tried in the beginning I tried skincare that had vitamin C incorporated into it. Right. And it was advertised like that was the forefront of the product. Vitamin C,
like
vitamin
super
C.
strong.
Yes. And then I get it, and I'm like, this is very irritable for my skin. I'm sensitive. So I ended up not being able to use those products.
Because it's not meant for your skin.
Exactly.
And one of the dermatologists mentioned that as well. Like, they lay out like some product and stuff and say like this one have 25%, L-ascorbic acid. But it doesn't mean it's better than the one that say 15%. why. When you have knowledge about that, you understand why. Because to be more effective for this form of vitamin C, it should be about 10% to 20%. When it past that, it's too much. It just doesn't mean like
Too much
more.
anything. It's not good for you.
Exactly. You have to do into the right amount and stuff into the optimum point. So when you know about each ingredient and how it works and things like that, or like a retinol, like people like can use retinol out of the in the market and stuff. But then they understand about what's the difference between retinoid and retinol. Is retinol have the bigger molecule, and when our body take it, it will have to break down into the form of retinoid. So now in the new, formula that is really more effective and doesn't irritate your skin, it come out, called retinaldehyde, which is the retinoid form. It's a smaller molecule. It's ready, like already break down into the form that our body can use right way with the good delivering system. It's synced down to where it need to be and start to break down, slowly releasing, so you don't feel like irritated and things like that. So people,
because it's a gradual.
Gradual releasing over time, and it lasts longer. And then people who have sensitive skin, can use it without being irritated or feel like it's flaking or things like that.
That's good to know, because I know there's people out there who have sensitive skin who probably heard that retinol is very strong, so you avoid that. But
you're scared to use,
knowing that there's a way that it can be broken down and it can gradually affect your skin. That would help people who have that. So you've talked about some of your key ingredients during your facial. Did you have any more ingredients also before we move to the next?
This is all my three that is really good that I like to use. And also one of the last but not least is peptide, which is they have different form, different name, is the amino acid chain, which is collagen. It's an amino acid chain as well. It's kind of like protein. Okay. Like we drink a collagen and stuff. You probably know, like, it gives you protein. So the peptide is really good too. It's not invasive. It's not irritating the skin. Some of the name of the peptides have a strong property of help, smooth fine line, brightening the skin. It depends on what name, what form they use. So this is the gentle form that you can use if you feel like, I don't want to use anything irritating or exfoliating my skin. So the peptide will be really good one as well. So look for peptide in the product. Once again, you have to pick the right name,
right for what you're targeting.
For what you're targeting,
and that's where
good
you
for
come
your
in.
skin. I will be your skin trainer to train you.
Your skin coach. Okay, so we have, and for everyone that's watching and listening, that was the customized facial, a non-invasive anti-aging treatment that Nam just introduced. This next one I'm really excited about. We already kind of talked a little bit about it, but this is LED therapy. So you have the LED therapy, and this is with the LED mask, correct?
So it's could be the LED panel, LED mask, or something like that.
And the light mask, guys. The LED light mask for people who are not into skincare or don't keep up with some of these different things. Because I know I've said LED to people before, and they're like, "What are you talking about?"
What is the LED?
So just think about LED lights, like how we have the blue, the green, and all that.
Exactly. So I can go on. I'm a nerdy person, so I can go on. I can go on into a deeper, crazy stuff. But when it comes to the anti-aging, you probably hear, like go to spa, things like that, and people talking about red LED. Some interchangeable word, I think they call low light therapy, low light laser, LED, phototherapy, things like that. And all of that, it's kind of similar, same thing that people use into that. And what is the red LED, right? So our eye can see some certain wavelength. The light is measured, it called by wavelength. Also the UV rays, UVB. With the intensity wavelength, which is gonna run like this. Really intense. It can penetrate to your skin, not super deep. So the blue light intensity stronger, and it doesn't penetrate really deep. So with the red LED, it has slower wavelength, kind of like that. And it will go deeper into your skin. And then with the light, it measured by nanometer. Usually with the red LED it's about, it depends on how people using and whatever, it depends on the factory and stuff. It's
So,
about
wait, I make sure I got this. So each light
have
each
different
light,
wavelength.
yeah, okay. So different wavelengths for each light. For example, you said the blue LED light has a stronger wavelength than the red LED
Yeah,
light,
it's have more intense, it's have high intensity,
which means that it will
more energy.
penetrate deeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the high intensity, with the fast intensity like that, it's actually penetrate shallower.
Oh, okay.
So with the UVB and UVA, okay, the B is the one that really intense. Okay, it's really strong.
Yeah.
So what it does to the skin, it doesn't penetrate like super deep. Okay, it's penetrate to the surface. But what it does, it can burn the skin. Okay, so people with Caucasian light skin get burned a lot from the UVB.
Yeah.
UVB burn. Now
Got
come
you.
to UVA. UVA aging. Okay,
Okay.
it has slower wavelength, but with that, so it can go really deep, penetrate really deep down here. Okay, it can destroy DNA and things like that. So that's why it's called aging process.
And that's
Okay.
why it's important to make sure you're going
Yeah.
to a specialist, because we
Yes.
don't
Yes.
want.
Yes. And
Okay.
also with the LED, okay,
Yeah.
with the blue light, it's more intense. It penetrates like more shallow.
And these all fall under the corporate, the umbrella. I almost said the
The
corporate
light,
umbrella.
yeah.
The umbrella of phototherapy or LED
The
therapy.
light. Right.
Okay.
So, and then with the red LED, it's have about 630 to maybe like close to 700 nanometers. We use the nanometer to measure like the wavelength and stuff. Okay. The first that found the LED that really benefit to the body is the NASA. Okay. So red LED like creating long time ago before NASA, but then NASA use it to kind of help grow some plants and stuff in up there.
Yeah.
And then they research further, and they just kind of do research and things like that. Like, oh my God, I think they accidentally like, hey, actually the red LED benefit to our body. Okay, so astronaut they work up there, without the gravity, the wound and stuff. Wound healing process gets slowed down without the gravity because of the way our human body works.
Yeah.
So then they accidentally found that hey, the red LED have the property of trigger help the wound healing process of our body.
Yeah.
So they send it up there with the astronauts. So when they have cut and stuff, they can kind of heal faster, just like a normal when they in the earth like this.
Yeah.
Okay, and then of course our beauty industry really smart. Hey, NASA use it with the astronaut, right? It helped with the wound healing. It helped collagen production to heal the wound. So then they're like, hey, collagen production, anti-aging, they put two and two together, and they're like, hey, we can use the red LED, some specific wavelength of light that can use to help with the your body or your cell to create the collagen production, help with the anti-aging.
Yeah, I see. I knew that each light provided a different benefit.
Right.
But I didn't know the history behind the red LED light. So you have red LED that helps with
anti-aging
and the healing process.
Yeah.
And then blue LED.
Yeah, the blue LED help more with the inflammation. A lot of research show they improve your mood as well. And
mood
also
boosting. I didn't know that.
So some of the people that are experiencing some depression and stuff, like some they use it as well. And also if in the beauty industry, we use a lot for the acne. So it have the property that since it go shallow, it go around the pores and stuff. Okay, so when we have some bacteria, in our body have a lot of bacteria, different kind of bacteria, but we have an overgrowth in some area, and then when the byproduct of the bacteria absorb the photon, which is the light energy, it kills them. So it kind of minimize the bacteria growth and stuff. So it helps a lot with the acne. And inflammation, the redness, things like that. So for the red LED, it helps with the wound healing. It helps produce collagen production. It helps your body creating the process ATP, which is it will help boosting metabolic and things all of that, which is gonna be similar process into the third secret as well that we're gonna talk. It's kind of similar.
Okay, so before we get into the third secret, I do want to ask, for people that are considering LED therapy, what are some of the biggest benefits of going to an esthetician to get your LED therapy over the mask? Because we've talked about the LED mask, right?
Right.
It's very popular. I've seen great results from it, but I don't think that we have enough avenues where people share all the benefits that you get from going to an esthetician or a professional that can provide that for you. So what's the big difference between the mask versus going in and getting the LED therapy
from the professional?
Yeah.
So, just the same thing like, with the skincare stuff, right? When you get the professional and stuff, they're more target treat. So with the device is the big things that you're going to see if you're going to pick the home use. You're going to make sure that you pick the FDA approved. That's a big thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So what the professional use is going to be the FDA approved. What it means is,
That's a great point.
they have tons of research to back up behind it.
Yeah.
Like if they claim they're going to do something, it have to have a tons of research go through that before FDA can approve that. Oh, is it true? You have to show the proof.
Because there are masks that were being sold that were not
it's
FDA
not
approved.
FDA approved.
And then this
It's
is the
not
scary
effective.
part. They don't promote it. So like if you're a small business owner,
Right.
Me personally, I had to go and do the research on
Right.
which ones were FDA approved because they were
Exactly.
advertising great deals on LED masks.
Mhm.
And if I just was impulsive,
Yeah.
I would have just been like, oh,
the mask.
$50
And you
mask.
think the mask is a
I'll buy
mask.
it and
It's
I'll
the same
resell
thing.
it. Yeah,
Right.
it wasn't the same thing
It's
because I had to go
not.
back and look at the credentials and I
It's
realized the mask that they were trying to sell me for $25 to $50 per mask
It's not
versus
effective.
the one that was $90. FDA approved in the US.
Mhm.
The other one, not FDA approved.
Yeah.
And so when you're purchasing from a retailer,
Right.
you're hoping that
Right.
they've gone and done the research to make
Yeah.
sure that it's FDA approved.
No, but not
A
all
lot of
product is
people are
alike.
not going to do that.
No, and they don't know. And
Yeah.
they don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, and now they know.
That's
now
true.
they know
A
why
lot of
it's
people
different.
didn't know, like
Mhm.
just the overall process of making sure that it has the right credentials.
Right.
You don't always know that when you're first starting. So
Right.
if you don't know, you're not going to look for it.
Exactly.
So I can only imagine. I know there were a lot of people that purchased those masks.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about it's a top
Yeah.
seller, and I was
Yeah.
like, this is really cheap.
Yeah.
Why? You know?
and you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
And it's not
And you
cheap
don't
or
find out
free. It's
later,
good, right?
You know,
yeah.
you've already sold
you
it.
and you're like, do I get any result from it? I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe it's psychological. Then you think it's gonna work, and it worked, I guess. But
It was something was off about it. I was like, okay, this is very cheap. But
Yeah.
you saying that is like there are a lot of people who purchased those and
Mhm.
resold them.
Yeah.
And people who just needed one of the LED treatment, not thinking, is this approved by the FDA?
yeah,
You know, who created this? What
Yeah.
are the credentials behind the person?
exactly.
Were they doctors or were
Yeah.
they technicians? Like,
Yeah,
what?
that have to be the first thing that you have to look for.
Yeah.
Okay, the FDA approved is one thing to make things that more effective when you're gonna pick something home use.
Yeah.
And of course, the intensity of the light bulb and stuff, and the light, how many per square inch and stuff. So
Yeah.
you can see how many light bulb that can produce per square inches, because when we use it, the farther from the skin we have the process called loss of light. When you get closer, your cell can absorb the photon better and things like that, right?
Mhm.
And also it come to how stable of producing that wavelength as well. Okay, the professional panel and the more quality, they will produce stable to produce that specific wavelength. Always.
Mhm.
Okay, with the cheap one though, with our eye can see the color, but we cannot measure how it can produce, right? So it can produce like toot, 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 and then be a little off like that. And
Yeah.
just off.
So not as effective.
It's not as effective, it's not as stable.
Mhm.
So when it's not in the wavelength that our body recognize it's not going to work. Just like I'm talking you in Thai language.
Mhm.
I'm sending communication, but you like, but I don't understand Thai. Talk to me in English. Okay, it's not gonna work.
So the body is just like,
They don't recognize it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. Okay, so
Mm.
you will have to make sure that that device producing stable form
Mhm.
of the light and things like that. So there's a lot of to look for. So that's why
and
know
that's a
if
lot
you
of
don't,
time.
there's a lot, and if you don't want to do research, go to professional, someone you trust, and then learn from them, and then after that come and do your own research.
Yeah.
And that's going to help.
That's
Yeah.
a really good point. We were just, I was talking about this in one of my previous podcasts about,
Mhm.
there's not enough time in the day to do everything.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just gotta give it to someone that
Delegate,
specializes. Exactly.
specialize it. Yeah.
And just thinking about that, like you need to do research. Is it FDA approved? Is it actually? Am I able to see and measure the wavelengths that is consistent?
Yeah.
Some masks you can't do that.
You
just
can.
turn it on and press play.
Yeah, and you
So-
don't have the tool to do that. You're not a factory. You're not a
Yeah,
you don't have a
the
lab.
light tools.
Yeah, you don't
And,
have the light
and they don't
tool.
show you. It's just
They don't show
play.
you. They don't give that information. It can be nature, and your eye cannot see. You see it's red. Oh, it worked. It's red.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay.
That's a lot of insight on the mask. Okay, so you provide these services. Do you have specific lighting therapy that you provide, or do you do all LED lights based off of the skin issues?
I have one panel, which is I use Celluma brand. It's one of the most popular award-winning from a professional brand.
Okay.
And this panel, it's really special because it's not like a fix. You can bend, you can curve over to get really close to your face, or I can bend different way and do it on décolleté as well. And that panel contains 3 modes of the LED approved. So it's have the blue LED,
Mhm.
it's have the red LED, and also they have a near infrared, which is near infrared your naked eye cannot see, because we can see only some specific wavelength from this to this, maybe about 400 nanometer to about 700, and that's it. So
Okay.
near infrared, it's a little past 700, so your eyes cannot see that color.
Okay.
But it gives the benefit because when it's higher nanometer of the wavelength, it's slower wavelength, but it penetrates deeper. Okay, we talk about that.
Yeah.
So when it penetrates deeper, it's kind of go close to your muscle layer of the skin. So it's help a lot with the pain management. So it's go into your like blood vessel, your muscle, things like that. So it's kind of help with that. So I have that as well for pain management. And yeah.
I'm excited to learn about this next one that you have for us. So the next one that you're talking about is
Microcurrent.
current.
Ta-da!
Yes. So microcurrent, please explain what is this, because once you talked about it a little bit, I knew what you're talking about. But I think a lot of people, if you say like, "Oh, I'm doing microcurrent," they're gonna be like, "What?
What is that?
Yeah."
So this is the first time I hear about it.
Non-invasive, anti-aging, holistic skin treatment.
You're right.
What is microcurrent?
So microcurrent, okay, it's similar to the LED, but LED is light, right? Microcurrent is the electrical current, but it's the low electrical current. So we use the microcurrent, to sending some communication, sending some signal to the skin, to just make it really understand, easy understand. Is people just call the face workout, kind of like sending into the muscle layer. We educate your muscle layer to get it stronger. We educate it to pull and lift, and our skin, right? It's follow our muscle.
Yeah.
So when it's skin like muscle droop and that and like drooping and stuff, our skin kind of gets droopy and gets sagging, get crepey and line and things like that too. Okay, when we lift it up, firm it up and stuff, so the skin follow. So you have the help with the fine line, help firm the skin, things like that, and you probably hear a lot from celebrity, like Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer Aniston, or a lot of people, that go to the facial and get the microcurrent done and stuff.
And
Because
it's non-invasive.
It's non-invasive, it's not aggressive or anything, but it's kind of work out your face muscle, to kind of become stronger, lift and tight and tone, because every day we getting older, right? And the gravity drag and pull, the longer we on earth, right, the gravity drag and pull. So then we have this kind of treatment to kind of help, to make our muscle, our skin really healthy. It's also the same thing. It sends electrical current and it's help boost the ATP of the skin to kind of help, boost metabolism, get nutrient going, things like that. It's have the benefit to help with the product penetration as well. So when you use it to pair with ingredients and stuff, it's kind of help the ingredients to kind of go deeper into our skin, because our skin is kind of it's kind of like a brick and cement, right? You see the brick wall and stuff. The really small molecule can penetrate. Okay, some big molecule cannot penetrate.
Yeah.
So using
have
the
stuff sitting on top of it.
exactly. So using the product with the smaller molecule can penetrate better into our skin. So like water can go through brick wall and stuff because it have smaller molecule. Okay.
Yeah.
So with the microcurrent, it's sending something. It is kind of like a shaking the skin, create the pathway.
Vibration.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of like similar to like those ultrasonic. They can do something and kind of loosen some of the cell and stuff, and it create a pathway and sending those ingredients to make it easier to go into the skin and go deeper, that kind of stuff. So it's have a lot of benefits.
So in this treatment, you're able to add nutrients to place into the skin while you're giving it what you call the face workout.
Right. So you put like a stronger serum. Like I have like more professional, more potent and things like that. So I put it on there. And you can use like hyaluronic acid will be a good one to help plump the skin as well. It's humectant. So it's keep your skin nice and hydrated, and you put that mask on top, and you just put microcurrent and different device and stuff. It have a different current, different way, and how strong, how things like that. They're all different, something like that. Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait to do my facial. I can't wait. I'm excited because I know we talked about how you go based off of each person's skin issues, of course. So for me personally, the topic of making sure that I'm actually getting it into my pores, and then also I'm at this point in my life where I need a nice facial, a nice cleaning exfoliation. That's gentle but not too
more
gentle.
effective.
More effective.
More effective
because I've been doing the basic things of taking care of my skin, the cleansing, the brushing, the moisturization. But every now and then you're gonna need a nice refresh where you're like exfoliating that skin that's just kind of been
it's
sitting.
just more than usual.
Exactly.
Get the blood flow going. And when you get the lymphatic drainage from the massage and all the tools and things, your skin is more vibrant.
Snatch my face back.
She's like in one.
She's like, hey, this is a spa treatment.
It's non-invasive, not a facelift, but we'll see about that.
No, what I am most excited about is just getting that cleanse, because I felt like even though I've been cleaning and stuff, I need a deeper penetration. So you're
deeper cleaning, deeper penetration.
So this microcurrent is something that people use for deeper penetration. The LED, is that also used, or is that used before and then you apply the serums as well?
So usually the way I do, I always cleanse the skin, double cleanse, okay, to get it really clean. The skin can absorb stuff better when it's clean. So if you're gonna do anything at home, make sure you wash your skin really clean, and then you put the mask on, or you do exfoliation after. And then I like to exfoliate the skin to kind of prep the skin, get the dead skin cell off, because we don't know how much the skin cell that been sitting on top. So when we get that all off, right, it gives the clean slate to the skin to be able to absorb all good stuff that we put after. So after exfoliation, then we'll come to extraction or masking, things like that. In the masking step, that's where I do deeper treatment, like use the mask, use the LED, use the microcurrent, stuff like that.
Okay. I'm so excited. All right. So, we're doing the podcast interview now, but for those of you that are listening, stay tuned, because I'm also going to be doing a Boss Babe blog show where I'll be going into Nam's location and I'll be getting a facial done. You'll be able to see exactly what you would experience if you decide to come visit. It's in Plano, Texas, but you could be any place in the U.S. and decide, or anywhere in the world you want to come and just get these services. So I can't wait to share and showcase that. But before we go, I did want to ask a few other questions. We talked about the 3 incredible non-invasive anti-aging holistic skin treatments, customized facial, LED therapy, and microcurrent. And now I just want to remind everyone, don't forget to take advantage of that 10-minute free facial. I did repeat or tell you the instructions at the beginning of this podcast, and I'll have them listed underneath this podcast as well. Now I just want to ask Nam, because I'm curious, what is your story? What are some of the obstacles that you overcame in life or in business?
For sure, I would say like coming here, I've been in the US for I would say 17 years now. The big obstacle, I guess, just from coming from other country. I'm a non-native English speaker. I think that's the first year it's I was really struggle with that.
Yeah.
For sure, you have to speak the language that you're not familiar with. I mean, of course, I learned that in Thailand. Never use, never speak. So I struggle to try to communicate. That's the biggest thing that I think it's really hard. So I came here with a program called Au Pair, and then after a year, I was supposed to go home. And then I decided to stay. I changed my visa and everything, and like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go to school, And I went to school, and it's so hard because you have to study the language that you're not familiar in. And it's gonna take time to process all the information.
Yes.
To read, to write, to speak, and everything. And on top of that, try to not having so much of the accent so people can understand you. I'm like, okay, but I was already full blown 25 years old. Okay, like when you learn a new language when you're young, seriously, you learn so much faster.
Yeah.
Your tongue and everything can absorb and learn the new language.
Because you're hearing it for so
long. Much.
I understand that.
Yeah, but when you grow up, you fully develop into one language, and you try to change into the different language. It's so hard. That's one of the things that I struggle the most. So after I got into school and all good stuff, finished school. I used to work in the restaurant as well while going to school, and then working in the corporate, and then eventually decide to change my career to become the esthetician. So I think speaking different language, come from different culture, things like that, learn everything new is one of the biggest struggle. And literally I came here with like 2 luggages. Okay, I almost start zero. Okay, so I came here with 2 luggages. I didn't have anything at all. For the people who like, oh my God, life is hard and stuff. Like, hey, I'm here by myself, no family.
Yeah.
English is a second language. I came with 2 luggages. Okay,
it's so scary when you're somewhere and you don't have like a support system, people close to you,
so
people that you can trust. Because it's one thing to get help, but you got to make sure you're getting from people that have your best heart and they're genuine people. So that's scary. And I know
it's like you by yourself.
Yeah, it's like, do I take this help?
Yeah, it's like
I just don't want to be trouble. I just want to do what I can to do and go home. I understand how that can be very scary. And then I love the fact that even though you had this language barrier in the beginning, you didn't allow that to stop you and stuff. Like, hey, I'm here by myself, no family. Yeah. English is a second language. I came with 2 luggages. Okay. And it's so scary when you're somewhere and you don't have like a support system, people close to you, people that you can trust. Because it's one thing to get help, but you got to make sure you're getting from people that have your best heart and they're genuine people. So that's scary. And I know
it's like you by yourself.
Yeah. It's like, do I take this help?
It's like
I just don't want to be trouble. I just want to do what I can to do and go home. I understand how that can be very scary. And then I love the fact that even though you had this language barrier in the beginning, you didn't allow that to stop you, because I think that is actually a big insecurity for everyone.
Oh, it's even, big insecurity.
I think people, here, even though they speak English and they're used to it, even having clients that come from different parts of the world, if you speak their language, you're not secure in language, so you just won't say anything.
Exactly, that's happened.
There's people here who speak. I worked with people that spoke Spanish, and Me, I speak Spanish. So when the customers will come in and I'm talking to them, they're like, "Oh, thank you so much." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not the only one that speaks Spanish." So they speak Spanish. They don't want to speak Spanish because they don't feel like their language, they don't feel like they're good enough to speak it.
Exactly.
So instead of connecting with people, we miss out on genuine customers, connections, because of the insecurity of they're not gonna understand what I'm saying, or they're gonna make fun of me.
Or, and and you fear about being embarrassed. You're gonna say something wrong.
Yeah.
You scared of people gonna think of
Judge you.
You think that like the way of whatever, and everybody feel that way. I think, but you just have to work so hard since I have that barrier. So I think that make me feel like I have to work harder. So for the people that can easily understand things or read things like so quick, like my husband can just like scroll through things and just, whoop, and he's smart, okay, and he just get things done so quick. I have to read things literally three times. I think on top of that, I have like a kind of ADD, symptom.
So having to sit through it for so long.
Yeah, so it's just like my brain is cluttered. To the way of trying to process information is totally different than some people.
Yeah.
So it's been a struggle to try to learning in different language, and try to reading, understanding in different language that is not your mother tongue and stuff. It is so hard. So I definitely have to work harder than other people. If other people get it easily, I have to work at least like 3 times.
Your pronunciation. You have to make
3 times harder.
Keep it in your. It's like a mental note. You have to always keep like, oh, that if they won't understand if I don't say this or that.
And then, changing the career into more technical and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. I have to make sure I get the information, I get the technical term, I have to get everything right, because I want people to see me as a professional. Not just like, oh my God, she doesn't even know how to pronounce this, or things
because
like that.
Unfortunately, that is the case where people may assume just because you may have an accent or you speak differently that you're not going to be able to perform the task.
Exactly.
Which shouldn't be what you judge people based off of. It should be based off their experience and based off their results.
Yeah.
But everyone doesn't always do that. So I understand how, there's an insecurity like,
it's big time. So I have to work so hard to try to prove myself that I'm right here. Even though I have some barrier about learning barrier, language barrier, the way I learn things, it's slower, it take longer time, but I have to make sure and work so hard to
same brain, same intelligence, just a different language.
To try to be here and try to sound professional, make people see me as a professional, and to know that, oh wow, she's like know what she's doing. And when I get into this career, I did so good in school. I didn't know I found my niche. I moved up into the tier 2 student as well, so I did so good in everything. It's like I found my calling, and thank you so much. And I got first job like even before I got my license, because they just like me, I have a good touch and everything, and it's like, oh my God, you're amazing. Like I got high in the spot. I moved up to be a lead esthetician so quick too, like after I believe about 9 months. And I was the first lead esthetician. I'm so proud. It's been 4 years. They never have a lead or anything, but I asked them like, hey, so you need trainer, but how about the lead position? Like I want to do more just the trainer. I train other new hire and stuff. But I asked my boss that said, hey, I want to do more than that. Like, can I do more? Can I be a lead? So then eventually, I got the role. I kind of initiate, I set up the standard. I do the process of the monthly review. I push the number and things like that, make them really successful. And our spa before my time, it never got into the bulletin board that we do so good in the performance. But after I became a lead, I pushed our department into the bulletin board, that on the newsletter on Hand and Stone, they're like, oh, the Edison location, this and that is start to keep popping up and stuff. And
that is amazing. I'm just happy for you. Like that's a lot of work and a lot of growth.
And I proved, I proved that. And then after that, I got promoted to be a spa manager for a little bit. before I moved on to work for more holistic organic spa at the Spa Habitat.
Yeah.
And I still work at the Spa Habitat, and I worked for them for a while, and I got the trainer position role as well. So I think I'm the living proof of the people who feel like, oh my god, like I don't know how, like everything is so hard and stuff. Like, hey, I English is not my first language.
Yeah.
Okay. I have the learning disability. I have to read things like 3 times to understand what it's all about. Like I get distracted every 5 minutes. I couldn't get the stuff done. My brain is so cluttered. It's run 200 miles per hour faster than it should be. It's all over the place. But I make it happen. I change my career.
Yeah.
I make this career work. I became a lead really quick. I became successful. At the Spa Habitat, I became the spa trainer as well.
Yeah.
And now I have my own studio. Like, hey, I can do it. I can do this.
It's proven that there's people out there that are ready and excited to shop with you when they know that you're passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy to hear that, and I love to hear you sharing this because it's a topic that we've discussed many times. The language barrier was one of them that we discussed on one of my podcasts.
Right.
But just the insecurity that people sometimes have that stops them
from
going for their dreams
keep going.
or sharing their dreams with other people. Like, oh, I want to talk about my business, but
then,
I won't, or
I know.
Oh, I don't think that I know it, or I don't have the credentials. But when
I used to be like that too.
Yeah.
Even this coming is so scary. I'm like, am I gonna say the wrong thing? People are gonna understand me.
Listen,
oh my god, this Asian lady.
people don't know. Like, so many people are like, you just do it so well. Like, you're so good at it.
They don't know.
They do not know because
they don't know.
When I first did my live, like my first selling live, before I did it, I was nervous. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. Like, I was back and forth in my head. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna do it.
So
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not.
Oh my god, look at her talking.
It's definitely something that I had to say because my mother worked really hard to make sure that I was educated.
Yeah.
She worked really hard to teach me and challenge me as a child.
Right.
So I have a lot of gifts that I'm able to use now.
Right.
But in that time period, I was a little nervous about putting my face to my brand. It wasn't just about me talking. It was also about like, if they see my face, are they going to still want to shop with me? Are they going to still feel like I want to go there? Or is it going to make them say,
no?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was an insecurity that I had within myself, just based off of some of my life experiences.
Yeah, I can relate that.
Yeah, I can't go too far into it, but I can say like I've done tests and not even on purpose, like intentional tests where maybe I did an advertisement and I put a picture of myself. And then I did an advertisement, I put a picture of someone else. And the advertisement of someone else who didn't look like me got more attraction. Yeah. So, when you experience stuff like that, it makes you feel like,
you're like, oh,
should I show my face? Should I just not show my face? And then nobody knows anything about me. And the only time you see me is after you make the purchase. Like, hi!
I know.
But then I had to dig deep within myself and say, you know what? People who see me for what I'm doing and see the beauty in me inside and outside are going to shop with me no matter where they are, no matter what color their skin is. If they love what I'm doing, they're going to support me. And once I changed my mindset, I was able to see myself grow even more. And I started challenging myself more. So in the beginning, I was nervous about doing the first live. But then I said, you know what, I'm going to do the lives. After I did the lives, I said, okay, I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to have conversation. That was nerve-wracking because you don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And it's like the second you say something that people don't agree with,
right.
Like, the comment section. But then I said, at the end of the day, you have to be true to yourself.
Right.
So now, not only am I going to have conversation, but I'm going to have authentic conversation.
Right.
So it like you look back, like even you looking back on everything that you've done and accomplished, and it's like, what if you gave into that insecurity?
Exactly. Or even here, coming here, if I just like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
It's like,
no, I can't.
I'm sick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, you cannot grow if you don't step out from your comfort zone.
Yeah.
If I don't change my career, I will never find my niche and what I'm passionate for and what I'm really good at.
Yeah.
That I didn't even know that I'm
and
right
people
here.
Who want to support you.
And when come to a lot of people that just come in, to the same career, or what make me different and what make me right here versus of people that right here.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I don't step out of comfort zone and make a change the whole career at the age of 35, you know, and then like
and that
get
can be a
into
scary thing.
it's
people.
really scary because
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, oh my god, 35, you change your whole career whatsoever. I'm like, yes. And you know, but you can make that happen. And if I'm scared, you know, don't want to do it and stuff, or like today I'm like, oh, I might say the wrong thing, people are not gonna understand me, they might not like me or whatever. I'm like, I don't know. And this will never happen. I will never be able to share incredible information that a lot of people like actually curious and want to know.
Yeah.
And you want to know, or things like that.
And people are excited to cheer you on and learn about you. It's true. And then the crazy thing is that things feel so big to us in the moment. That's something that my mother always taught me, and I didn't understand until I got older.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, if something didn't go my way, or like when I first
just like,
started my business, I launched a website, and the website was messed up. That was my first time designing it, and I was like, today's the launch date. I was like, this is terrible. This is terrible.
No!
I'm pacing back and forth. I'm beating myself up. And my mom's like, it's over. It's happened. Move forward.
It's fine.
And you know, and I'm like, how are you not freaking out about this? And so, you know, fast forward now, it's like in that moment where maybe you do say the wrong thing, or you make a mistake.
Yeah.
Easy, oh, I'm sorry, that's not what I meant to say in the moment, and then correct yourself. Sometimes people don't even know you made the mistake because they're not paying attention to that. They really are paying attention to learning more about you.
Yeah.
So I've had times where I've said a sentence backwards, and
but they don't care about it. They understand.
Yeah. They still understood what I was saying.
Human has the incredible ability.
A whole other language. It wasn't English. It wasn't Spanish. I don't know what
backward.
It was. Yeah. And I was just like, I don't even know how y'all understood that, but I'm glad you got it. So, you know, I'm glad that like I get to meet individuals like you, because it's very motivating to just keep pushing and keep challenging yourself to the next level. Like now it's a podcast interview, next it's a show interview, and then it's eventually having your own show where you're showing off skincare. I mean, it's just taking things to the next level because people are waiting for you.
Keep going, you know? Keep going, doing more, and keep pushing and stuff. It's stay out of comfort zone. If you don't have a step 1, you will never go into the step 10.
Yeah.
So you just have to like from zero, just do something, even the little
start.
Yeah, and don't even have to be perfect, because like person like me overthinking everything with the ADD, just like no.
When you have the credentials, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you've gone, you've studied, you've done the work, you've researched, and you're still nervous and like,
and you can't just move forward, you know. But it doesn't have to be perfect. You just do it. Don't have to be perfect. Just do it, and when
believe
you do
in your
it,
work.
And the more you do, it become better. Just like you day one, you so nervous and stuff. Look at you now. I admire you. It's like, look at KeTohn. Look how amazing she is. Oh my god! Like I see all her stuff. It's like, oh man, she's incredible. She's so good. Like
I really appreciate that. I do, because in the beginning,
I believe a lot of people
nervous.
will feel the same way like me. Like look at her. Oh my god, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure maybe like I will have someone like me that look at me like, oh look at now, she's amazing.
And someone who's maybe thinking like, I want to start this business, but my English is not the best.
Yeah.
So maybe I shouldn't.
From different country and
exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
Or I have this barrier. I'm not sure if I should do it because of X, Y, and Z. But then they find someone that has your experience and sees, okay, I can do this.
You can do it.
It's not, you know, whatever it is about you, your personality, what you look like, where you come from, how you speak. At the end of the day, it comes down to the passion that you have for what you do.
Yeah.
And if you work so hard that you are a professional in what it is that you do, that can't be ignored.
Exactly.
So whether someone liked the way you said something or not, if your work speaks for itself, they might be like, oh, you didn't say that right, but they're still going to come and get that facial.
Because she keeps amazing herself. I want that.
They're still coming to get that facial. They're still coming to get your services, because at the end of the day, they know that they're going to get quality with you.
Yeah.
So I really do admire that and appreciate that. Yeah. But I just want to say thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Yes. So everyone, please check out Nam's location in Plano, Texas. And make sure that you go ahead and get your 10-minute facial. I already shared the code. The secret code is BBB. After you go on her website, her booking site, you're going to book that 10-minute facial. It's going to say $25 and it will ask to hold your card, but you're not going to be charged. It's a cancellation policy. So as long as you know that you'll be able to attend, then you're good to go. So once you book that, she's only doing it for 60 people. You come in and you get the service. and then you're going to tell her the secret code, BBB, and she's going to give it to you for free. So 60 people. I'm already telling my friends and family as soon as this podcast airs. So make sure you're ready. I already have a few people that they're going to be super excited. So yeah, you will see me when I'm coming in to get my facial, and then I'll also be telling friends, family, and business owners in our network about it too. So yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for watching the Boss Babe Blog podcast. I hope to see you again. This was Nam, and she is coming from Skin Sanctuary Studio, and we can't wait to talk more. If you have any questions, all of her contact information will be dropped below in the comments. Bye-bye. Yay. Hello everyone, welcome to the Business Breakdown. I'm your host KeTohn, and today I'm sharing one free business tip. The business tip of the day for this show is remember that you are a walking billboard. And what that means is every opportunity that you can take to represent and advertise your business, your logo, what you're about, take it. Be proud, don't be shy, don't be nervous, because at the end of the day, you started this business because you wanted to find customers who appreciated what you had to offer. So when you're walking outside and you're wearing a t-shirt or a dress or a jacket or a blazer, make sure you're incorporating your brand colors and your brand logo into your clothing. If you need a vendor, I will have a link attached to Bazaka.com, a vendor that I have shopped with for quite some time now that is also verified in our small business directory. All of my product from Boss Babe Blog has been printed through Bazaka.com. If you are interested in signing up with them and getting your items printed through them, go ahead and use the link below. And make sure you let them know that Boss Babe Blog sent you so they can throw in something a little special just to show you how much we appreciate you. Have an amazing rest of your day or evening, depending on when you're watching this. And I look forward to seeing you on episode 3 of the Boss Babe Blog Show. Bye-bye.